Hello, Leo. This is your reading for the second half of May 2021, but it is a timeless reading. So if you watch this after, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to put a date on it in the description or anything. And this is a general love reading. If it ends up being something other than the love reading, that's okay too. Spirit, I leave it open to them and they take it where they want it to go. And this will be, like I said, for Leo in Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus placements. If you don't have Leo in those placements, but you are attracted to this reading, that's okay too. And please subscribe to this channel, you guys. It's a great way to exchange energy with me for this reading, because these are free. And also take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Don't try to make the shoe fit. And reverse it. Like if you're watching it and it doesn't make sense for you, but it makes sense for the person or whatever. Just, yeah. Six of Cups. And I'm using the Tarot of Sexual Magic because this is a Leo reading and Leos are passionate because you're a fire sign. Okay, Seven of Pentacles, the World. So I like to use this deck for fire signs. The Star. Okay, the Moon, the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles. So far we have 4 major arcana in here. We do have the Ace of Chalices as well. So we have water energy, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Excuse me, I just took a big drink of water. And the overall reading, energy for the reading is the Two of Pentacles, which is about balance, trying to find balance, trying to even gain perspective, I feel like sometimes. But this is definitely about love because we've got the Ace of Cups here. And then the Ten of Wands. I'm not gonna, not a long time because they're doing something naughty in the picture there. So, excuse me a minute. I had to get a drink of water. Okay. So, some of you recently I feel like you're trying to find balance in a relationship because life obviously has its challenges, but the Seven of Pentacles, yes, right here, is about nurturing something, like loving it and taking care of it and watching it grow. Six of Cups is about celebration, memories, childhood memories. The World is about completion. So you just want to be alone with this person. You don't want people all up in your business. You want time for yourselves to grow and gain balance within this relationship because it's new or it's a recommitment of a relationship. And you guys are starting either new or over again, and you just want that time for yourselves. Okay. because I guess, so what you don't see is burdens, because on the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, I feel like, for me, that feels like it's about burdens. I feel like even getting stuck in your head, you don't want this relationship to even be a burden. Like, you don't want to be codependent. You want to be independent and loving and have balance. Okay. I'm going to pull out the Witch Tarot to clarify. Four of Wands. I always look when I'm splitting a deck, I always like to see what's in the middle, because Nine of Swords, that's about thoughts keeping you up at night. Like, you just being so worried about this that it's almost like you are becoming too consumed with the thoughts and being too worried about it instead of just going with the flow. You guys, don't get stuck in your head about this. Just go with the flow. Just be with the person. Just let things evolve naturally, because they will. Pardon me. Gotta pick these suckers up. There's like a bunch on the floor, which I will take. Okay, so because I feel like with that worry, you guys are going to start to fight because you're going to get stressed out. You just need to have good communication. You guys are a perfect pair. And it's just the stress, you being too much in your head and being too worried about it and not going with the flow. And use kindness. If you guys do have an argument, use kindness with this. Don't be immature about it. The Empress over the Queen of Pentacles. So we had the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. You guys are a match. You're a perfect pair. And you are on this journey, and you have the opportunity to be an Empress, to be everything. And don't hold on so tight to this relationship that you live in fear. Love yourself, love the other person, and just try to learn that balance with someone. Because you guys are very passionate, very loving relationship. Like, you guys have got it going on. But yeah, you are getting stuck in your head about this, and there's no need for it. I feel like you're reading too much into things. It's like, it's so perfect that you're worried that the shoe's going to drop or that the bottom's going to fall out of this relationship, and you're sabotaging something that does not need to be sabotaged. If it's old pattern behavior, get yourself in check, and you can do this. You can be happy. You can. And you guys, if you are male, this is not about gender. It's about the energy. Don't unconsciously sabotage this relationship. Get out of your head and stay in the present moment. Because You're finally happy. You finally have found your one. Don't sabotage it. You know, we tend to do that when we get happy because we forget how to be happy. But you guys have vibrated and worked on yourself enough because you guys have King and Queen energy, and there's the Empress here, and it can be a female or a male. It doesn't matter. It's not gender specific. Positive movement forward. Just stay in the present moment and just move forward. Let things happen naturally. Just be. Take time out for yourself when you're feeling like this. Just tell your person, just say, I need 5 minutes. If things start to get stressful, or if you start to argue, just say, just give me a minute. And communicate with love and with compassion. And don't be immature and say mean things to each other. Have boundaries up with that. Empress energy again. Okay, guys. Okay. This is the first time since I started reading cards that I've noticed this. Okay, so material harvest is here. And I feel like for some of you, you're going to get pregnant. For those who are wanting to have children, and it doesn't mean that if for those who can't have children, you will adopt or foster, or can also be a parent to someone else's kids. You know, just get close to them. You can be their friend, and you don't have to be, another parent. You can even just be there for someone's child. But I feel like for some of you, that's the second time the Empress card came up, and that for me, some of you have lost a child, lost a pregnancy. Yeah, because we have heartache and loss here. But when that card came out, because we have the fertility card, I feel like some of you suffer with fertility issues. I feel like if your guys' options are if you've exhausted all your options in fertility, look at adoption, look at foster. There are so many amazing kids in the country who need amazing parents, who need love. And if you want a baby, awesome, great. But don't be closed off to having an older child or kids that aren't a baby, because there's so many of those out there. Because no matter what you choose to do, you will triumph in that. And don't take don't take it out on your partner, you guys. Channel your anger or your frustration into exercise, into something that can ground you and help you feel at peace. You're meant to triumph wherever it goes. And the reason why I say it's probably you've had miscarriages or you've lost a child is because, we had the Empress twice and then that came out. I didn't feel like this was about a failed relationship. I didn't feel that, because she has a heart over her womb, not over her heart. She has it over her womb, it's in between her hands, over her stomach. So I feel like for those who have suffered miscarriages, I feel like it'll happen for you. You're going to get pregnant. And for those who have exhausted and just can't, please look into fostering and adoption. Families aren't meant to be perfect. It's not about perfection. I can tell you I'm a mother to 4 children, and I have a grandchild who is my everything. And I can tell you that it doesn't matter. A child is not going to make something perfect, but it can complete your family. And sometimes they can be perfect for your family if you so choose, because this is going to make a firm foundation. But you guys, remember, temptation and passion. Don't look to others to fill that void, fill that hole in your life. Some of you, I feel like that has been a part of your life at one time, but you're changed. You're a different person. You're not that person anymore. And you've learned the lessons not to go that way. So communicate with your partner. And if they won't communicate with you, work on yourself. This is about self-discovery. You know, this journey, you will find that if you focus on yourself and work on the things that you need to work on, especially if you have some shadow work that needs to come out, I feel like you will find, because this is a lesson for you, okay? So the things that are going on, it's a lesson for you from Spirit, because life is not always going to be perfect. It never is. It'll be perfect for a little while, which is great. Cherish those moments, but also cherish the challenges and obstacles that come into your life and the trials, because they are there to make you stronger. They're there to test you. You know, don't fail this, you guys. You have so much potential to be so much more. Do not let your fear and your ego get the best of you. Why ruin something good? You know, don't be so afraid to be happy that you ruin it. Yeah. Don't be envious of other people because of things that they have. You have the opportunity to have whatever you want in your life. If it is to work on your marriage or your relationship with someone, you know, and I know that pregnancy loss or whatever can create so much tension between you and the other person. But if you love that person, and there is always a way to work yourselves back, even through deception and cheating or whatever. You know, usually I would say no, but it all depends on the people in the relationship. Manifest what you want for your life and focus on yourself. Don't focus on the other person and what they're not doing. Focus on yourself, because if you focus on yourself, that is in turn either going to bring you something better in your life and remove the person that won't work on themselves. You will feel so much freedom and happiness just from the work that you do on yourself and focusing on yourself. Still focusing on your life, but don't worry about them. You know, be their wife, be their partner, or be whoever it is, or their husband or whatever. Sorry, I keep using, but it's like so easy to go with Empress, you know, because it's divine feminine energy, but we have both. In, you know, we have yin and yang. Everybody has male and female energy inside of them, just like we all have testosterone and estrogen in our bodies. It's just the level is higher depending on, like, I'm a female, so I also obviously have more estrogen, and the same goes for men. They have more testosterone. But sorry, I get a little tangent there. This life is what you make it to be. Whatever you want it to be, don't give up on yourself. Because I feel like sometimes we get frustrated with our lives and we just move on to someone else because it's easy. Guys, fight for you. Fight for what you want. If it's this relationship and you just had these issues, fight for it by working on yourself, working on the shadow side of yourself, or the inner child, or things that you have going on. Let's see what comes out with the messages of love. Oracle. And yeah, that was the Psychic Tarot that I just used. This has been a really fun reading. It's about love, but it goes so much deeper than that. because there's been a lot of loss here, I feel like, and a lot of challenges, you know, but it's release, radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. Yeah, just accepting and surrendering to the journey can help you see things in a whole new perspective of what your life can be and what it's meant to be. Rejection, this rejection is actually divine protection. If that's a relationship, it's for a reason. And then if it's not being able to have children, it's just because there's something very special waiting for you. A very special energy to come into your life, whether you are to give birth or, you know, surrogacy, you guys. That's the other thing I didn't talk about is surrogates. You know, get a surrogate. I know not everybody can afford that stuff, so but if you manifest it and believe in it and work on yourself, anything is possible. Denial, detach with love and clearly see the truth. What are you denying? Like, what are you in denial about? Step outside the situation so you can see it. That goes along with radical acceptance and surrender, you guys. Marriage, this relationship is moving towards a sacred union. So if you're not married, you're going to be, and if you are married, you guys are going to have a resurgence of your marriage because both of you or one of you is going to work on themselves, and it's going to force either the person to work on themselves because that's just how it happens, or it's going to bring someone special into your life. Warning, don't dismiss the red flags here, you guys. Don't put up with crap. Do not put up with people being mentally, verbally, or physically abusive with you. Don't ever put up with that crap. Or being a narcissist with you, or because you are safe and divinely protected. Just talk to your guides and your angels. Talk to the divine, whoever you believe in, whoever is a higher being that you believe in. And there are some of those who don't believe in God. Just whatever, whatever your faith is. Luckily this country's great for that. Patience, everything will unfold in divine timing. It's just you got to work on yourself and have faith in yourself. And don't put up with crap. Don't dismiss red flags, y'all. Listen to your intuition when it's screaming at you. Get help. Leave. Do whatever you've got to do to find support. There are people out there who can help you if you ask for it or if you manifest that help. Put away the computer. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. Focus on your relationship, you guys. If you have been ignoring your partner, stop it. If you want to work on it. If you don't know how, just start by putting away the computer and talking to your partner. And if you guys can't see eye to eye, then find a way. There's always a way. Self-care, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. If you are worried about talking to your partner, clear that. Ground. Put your feet in dirt, sand, you know, take a bath. Walk in the park, you know, whatever you have that makes you feel grounded. It's doing some self-care. Get a massage, who knows? Whatever you do to make yourself feel better. Unless it's something toxic like alcohol or drugs, guys, that's different. That's not grounding. That's just inviting more negative. Second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. I feel like, okay, guys, I feel like a big group of you are either in a very serious relationship or in a marriage where you guys have had problems with either getting pregnant, with, you know, being parents, or just mainly in your relationship, you don't know how to communicate. Just know that your relationship deserves a second chance. And for those who are just in a very serious relationship, it is moving towards, I feel like when you guys get to a better place, you will get married. Because you don't want to get married when you're not in a great place, because marriage is not going to make it better. I can guarantee it. If anything, and if you're not in a good place, it kind of makes it worse, because then, you know, I was a young girl who got married and thought that marriage was going to be a happily forever, you know, thing, because my mom didn't communicate with me. You know, I was just naive. I didn't realize that, you know, I made a lot of mistakes, guys, because I didn't realize that I needed to work on me. I just put it on the other person. And you guys, we've got to work on ourselves first. We can't point at the other person and expect them to solve us, to make us whole. It is our job to make us whole. Okay. For some of you, you are on the twin flame journey. There's a reason why this relationship is hard. Because on the twin flame journey, you do separate sometimes. A twin flame comes into your life when you have gotten to a place in your life where you need to be in a spiritual awakening. And if you're going through a spiritual awakening, your twin flame comes into your life as well. And the reason why sometimes they clash, and it's usually a person who's is your mirror soul. Some people say it's two souls that have been split into half. Depends on who you ask. I think it just goes by whatever you believe. I'm open to anything, because this person mirrors you. They are the exact blueprint of you. Can be same sex, can be a straight couple, it can be anything, like, you know what I mean. I'm just saying that this person is meant to reflect the things in yourself that you don't like. They usually will behave in a way that you don't like, because that is things about yourself that you need to work on. Look up the meaning of twin flames. Look into it. Research it. I've been researching twin flames for about 4 years. And it's amazing what you learn. Things can contradict themselves, but the twin flame journey, they don't always stay together, but a lot of it's a very passionate relationship as well. Very passionate chemistry, sexual, whatever. It's just a very up and down relationship, and it is hard. Some people would just rather have a high level soulmate because it's a lot easier. But if you're up for the challenge, you know, they do come in. Okay, and since that popped out, I'm going to see Dark Night of the Soul. My card just flipped over. Forgiveness. Whenever I split a deck, if I feel drawn to that card, I'll take note of it. Okay. Guys, your world is being flipped upside down, and it said firm foundation. The Tower comes in. That destruction card is the Tower card. It comes in because the foundation you were on was not stable, and now it was busted up so that you can build a firm foundation, because this is a lesson for you in self-worth. I know I said that earlier. We need to know our value, because we are worth it. And other people are worth it as well. The twin flame journey is worth it. Commitment, you guys. You have a commitment to somebody, and that commitment is worth it. Sometimes we just need to forgive and work on ourselves, because the foundation you guys started on wasn't solid. You need to bust it up and rebuild it. Because when people get married, sometimes they don't have strong, solid values and foundation and self-worth when they go into it. They have toxic ideals. Yeah. I know I did. But it just takes learning and growing and exploring who you are, your inside as a person. You are worth working on yourself. It is worth it. And you are worth it. You guys are headed in a new direction. You might be on a pause right now, but there is a fresh start ahead. There is a new path for you guys. Okay, you guys. Twin flame marrying. You guys marry each other. If you start to work on yourself, the other person will in turn start to work on themselves, because Spirit will make it so. And if they are so stubborn and don't want to pay attention, Spirit will bring in somebody else. They will. Healing. You are healing. You have some grief, you're working through your grief right now. Some of you have had losses that have truly been detrimental in your relationship with someone. But you need to work. You don't have to forget, but you can forgive and work through your grief and heal. I'm just asking you to work on yourself because you're worth it. Healing doesn't mean that you forget, you guys. Just celebrate what you have had. What you had with what you lost. Because there's so much more in this journey. So much more. So much more is possible. And grief can become bearable. It can. In time. You just have to allow yourself to heal. You don't have to stay stuck in that place of grief. You have a fresh start. You just take that person that you lost along with you, with that journey. Just take that energy that you would put into your grief and put it into your healing, because there's lessons to be learned. Maybe there are people who need help, who need, maybe some of you are meant to be grief counselors to help those who have lost. You are to help them heal and move on. Show them that it is possible. You're learning a big lesson here. And don't regret, you guys. Just learn from it and heal. Okay. And with that, I'm going to go to the Soul's Journey Oracle. or the Soul's Journey lesson cards, but they're kind of like oracle cards, I feel like, and I feel like some of you, like I said, are going to be grief counselors. You're going to help others to learn how to heal and to get through their grief from their loss, to learn to take that energy and focus it into starting again and moving through it. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. If you have unconditional love in your heart and you lead with your intuition, trust that this journey, that there is something ahead for you. Trust that. Have an attitude of gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. You know, grief is there to teach us things. You know, because you're able to relate with others who have lost as well. Service. I feel good when I help others. Like I said, you guys are meant to be in service of others from your experiences. I feel it so strongly. You guys have a purpose in this life. Recognize, oh my God. Purpose. Growth. You're going to grow, and this purpose is going to help you with that growth. And it's going to bring in abundance in all forms. Whatever you want is possible. It may not come in the way that you want or that you imagined, but Spirit knows you well enough, and your guides and your angels know you well enough because they've been there your entire life. They know you as well as probably better than you know yourself. But you're meant to have abundance. And you may even gain friendships from this new journey. And know that friends are in your life for a reason, because you are meant to be happy. You are meant to have happiness all around. Trials and stuff will still come in because we never stop learning and growing. But you are meant to have happiness. Happier than I feel like some of you are now. Guys, forgiveness again. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. That's just creating a block when you don't forgive. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. How are you supposed to help others if you can't forgive? You know? It's just a block, a barrier that you leave there. And the future that you're meant to have won't come in until you learn to just forgive, accept, and let go and surrender into this journey. Okay. Any more? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and end this there. I feel like that's a good stopping point because, you know, I could pull out deck after deck and probably still we can go for a long time just getting messages for you. But I feel like this is a good place to pause. Please subscribe to this channel. It's a good way to exchange energy with me for this reading. And plus, you guys, I love reading for you guys. I wake up in the morning and I am so excited to get up and do this every day for you. Please like this video as well so this message can be shared with someone who may need to hear it. And just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Don't try to make the shoe fit. And reverse roles if you need to. If this makes sense for someone else and not yourself. Share this video if you feel like it is or could help someone. Okay. Until next time, I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. And we'll see you next time.